A prominent Democratic power broker speaking out after he was removed from Sunday's Eagles game. George Norcross ejected for displaying an American-Israeli flag in a private suite at Lincoln Financial Field. Steve, you caught up with him today. What is he saying about the incident?
Well, while the Eagles team is recovering a lot from injuries during this bye week, there's been no healing at all for one of their most famous fans who was kicked out of the game in the second quarter here Sunday and had to listen to the rest of it on his car radio here in the parking lot.
Is it still surreal to you that that even happened to you?
Sure. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Somebody at the Eagles should be fired for this.
George Norcross is still angry over his ejection from Sunday's Eagles game, over his refusal to remove the combined American-Israeli flag he hung outside the stadium suite.
The day after this happened, somebody should have called somebody, a mutual friend, and say, hey, can we work this out because it's really not worth this? And who would have thought that it was going to get to this level?
George Norcross confirms Mayor Jim Kenney came into the box before the confrontation with Eagles security.
I've known Jim for a couple decades. He came down rather sheepishly and said, the Eagles have sent me here. I said, I thought you were the mayor of Philadelphia. The Eagles send you down the hall to see me, huh? And he said, they would like you to take it down. And I said to him, you're the mayor of Philadelphia. Are you here in that capacity? Are you here as an errand boy for the Eagles? And he said, I'm your friend. I'm passing along a message. And I said, well, we're not taking that down.
He says he's a regular face painter and has even dyed his white hair green for Eagles games. And he's paid a lot of green for his season tickets, too.
That's the mayor's box, right?
Right. I've spent with my partner, over $1 million to charity, his charity, which I think is a scholarship fund for Philadelphia kids. Unlike past mayors who have used the box for themselves, he decided at the beginning of his term to put it out for auction. And I think we've spent over $1 million now for that. I have season tickets also.
How many years have you been in that box? Do you know offhand?
6.
Are you planning to go to the next home game, Bills game?
Sure.
They didn't tell you. Sometimes when they kick a fan out, obviously not for something like obnoxious behavior or somebody running on the field, that you're banned for life. But they didn't mention your future.
No, and if they did that, that would be, crazy mistake number 3. First of all, now that I know it, I wouldn't bring a flag because, who reads the back of their ticket with print that, no one can possibly read?
Today, George Norcross began flying an Israeli flag underneath an American flag where no one can order him to remove it, above his 19-story company headquarters on the Camden riverfront, while he's considering suing the Eagles and the NFL over what happened.
Still considering, talking to my lawyers. Look, this is not something that should never have happened in a million years. This has become, regretfully, an international story.
Well, George Norcross says he's been to a few charity dinners with Jeff Lurie, has played a few rounds of golf with him and Ron Jaworski with that charity, and even lives just about 3 doors away from him at their houses in West Palm Beach, Florida. So unless somebody reaches out to somebody soon, perhaps that next round of golf or that next charity dinner or the next time these two guys might run into each other at the West Palm Beach Wawa at the coffee machine, it might make for what you might call a spirited conversation.
Well, there might be some lawyers in that foursome on the golf course as well, but we'll see what happens here. Steve Keeley with that interview. Thank you very much.